And I say thank you for everyone coming today. Really nice everybody coming. This is our new gym, the place I train in, my private training. And today it's a boxing day. I always do sparring on Wednesday, and you guys can check it out a little bit. You know, something I have passion, training, and I love boxing. And then that's it. Thanks for you guys coming, and I'm here for open for any question.
How long has the gym been open?
I think it's gonna be not open for public, but 1 year usually. Yes, we did it very special, everything, we think a lot of things. And I don't know if you see the wall, having an arena, and when for my first fight UFC, I have it one wall and then paint everything, we put the same thing. For me it's really special when I fought first time UFC, it's like something my fans helped me get it, and then have little things, very good details.
So as you mentioned, you love boxing, you're into that. There's been like rumors and stuff like that about a possible match between you and like Cecilia Brækhus in boxing. Any truth to that? Is that something you're interested in?
Really quick. When you guys ask your question, just introduce yourself and where you're from so we know who we're answering, please.
Yes, it's Sebastian Martinez, MMA Nit, there is he.
Okay, you know something, when I start training boxing. And I started training like 3 months, and then I asked my coach, I said, I would like to do one fight. And they said, Cris, you know, one place for you can have fight, and then the people very know about, it's shooter box. You need to go shooter box. And then when I started training shooter box, I stopped training box with him, but I really started in boxing, this is one dream. You know, if I have one day opportunity for fight on boxing, I would like to do. It's something, one dream I would like to do. And about Cecilia, you know, I went to her a couple fights, and before I went to her couple fights, she's mentioned my name after her fights. And you know, for me, you're gonna be honored to fight her. You know, she's big name in boxing, and for me, it'd be cool. You know, it's a little bit God's hands if I have the opportunity for sure. I like challenge myself. You know, of course, I need to only train boxing because I don't train only boxing. I train 3 times a week, and do one day sparring, boxing only. But you know, I have to train a lot of things about MMA. I have to train wrestling, jiu-jitsu, you know, Muay Thai. There's a lot of things I have to put together, and everyone's different, you know. And then for do boxing, I need to like 3 months, 6 months training only boxing for me to do one match. Thank you.
Cris, Gabriel for Cage Side Press. Amanda's obviously the bantamweight champion moving up. How do you stay motivated? Because everyone says she's just too small for Cyborg. Cyborg's just too powerful. How do you stay focused even though a lot of people think you're just the favorite?
You know, the first thing, I don't read anything what people write. You know, I don't check anything. My team take care sometimes, you know, I was on Instagram talk to my fans. But I really don't try to see anything what talk about my opponent. You know, I just focus for my training. And if she's small, she's big, you know, she challenged me, and she said gonna be ready. And if she's coming from 135, from 145, you know, for me it doesn't matter. She fought before at 145, and I think she's gonna be ready, and I think it'll be a great fight.
People are also still thinking, like, could this be Cris Cyborg's last UFC fight? Obviously, you've been in the media talking about you haven't renegotiated a deal. Is that still the case? Is it still up in the air?
You know, I have one more fight. No, this one, I have another one after. But you know, I leave my manager to take care of this. But for now, I'm really happy for this opportunity to fight again. End of the year, same I did with Holly. I think it's going to be great next end of the year too. Thank you.
Cris, Mark Money from MMAfighting.com. Everyone on your team is wearing the Key Brazil Creonte phrase shirt. Can you please explain the significance of that phrase and what it means?
You know, in Brazil, before they call Creonte, it's like one name, it's like trader. Because everybody asked me, Cris, you want to fight Amanda? I said, man, I want to fight Amanda. We shared the same flag, she's the champion, and I would like, one dream I had in my heart would like see all the girls in UFC champion, like the UFC guys happened one time. And then when she's calling me out, everybody feel that, you know, because I always promote all the girls, and I always promote the Brazilians, you know, and it is the dream that come true. And then don't come. But then she said, and I think after I fought her, and I'm training hard for beat her, I don't think people are gonna look at her like the champion. You know, she's the champion 35. Okay, she's gonna fight me. She's not gonna lose her belt because she's 35. But everybody gonna remember her fight. You know, and everybody think they're gonna look at her like the world champion 35. But you know, and then this is just the Creonte. It's about I saw her too share against one Brazilian, Jessica Andrade, and she's fought with another girl, and you know, Brazil is always together, you know, and if you want to share somebody against, you have to be high. You know, you cannot show everybody you against Brazilians, and you never have to forget where you come from. This is the goal.
Do you think she forgot where she came from?
I don't say that. I say you never have to forget where you come from.
Hi there. I'm Bridget from Irish ETV. Thanks so much for talking to us. You know, we've got Conor McGregor and two Brazilians together. I mean, that is just so exciting for Brazil. Who are they going to root for? I mean, it's really exciting, just the two of you. It's almost an indulgence for Brazil.
You know, it's everybody in Brazil say the broken heart this day. You know, having to split all the fans. You know, but I think gonna be great fight for the women's MMA. You know, gonna be do 2 title fights, and you know, I'm gonna have a great style for we can do great fight. You know, maybe it can be the fight the night. You know, Friday night it be great fight, and for sure who's with me are gonna be with me, and who's gonna be her with her, and then just have to be amazing fight. It's a sport, you know, something great to do, and that's it.
And what can you explain to us a little bit about your technique? What are you going to do? What way are you going to start this?
You know, I always train everything, and everybody know why I like to do. I like all my girls. My girls I fought, and then I have 5 rounds to do this, and I try to do my best. And I train everything. I train jiu-jitsu, wrestling. You know, everything can happen this fight. I'm going to be ready for everything happen. But everybody knows my goal. Everybody knows Cyborg. You know, I like to KO. If I have the opportunity to meet, maybe, you know. But if I have to KO, you know, it's something I can. Maybe Amanda can give you the opportunity for me to show a little bit more about Cyborg. You know, but I'm ready for everything.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Cris, do you still fear that she may not be at the fight in 2 weeks? I know you had said that you wanted a backup just in case she doesn't come.
It's not like a fear, but it's like I'm wait 9 months for a fight. You know, my last fight in March, and everybody just getting paid if you fight. And I have bills to pay, and then I trained this 9 months, and I think it's no fair. You getting ready for a fight, is something happen. Can happen with me, or can happen with her. But with me never happened, you know, and for her a couple of times happened the day before the fight. And I don't want something happen like same we have Valentina, you know, you're getting ready, you work, you pay your coach, and you're getting paid. And then because this, I asked somebody behind in the back, if something happens, she can fight, I can fight. I think it's fair. I think it's fair. We have to be prepared and be ready for this.
So Kat Zingano is fighting Megan Anderson on the same card. Would you fight one of them in case something happens with Amanda?
Yes, for sure. I'm training for Amanda, but if something happens, the champion have to be ready for anybody. And then I proved this in March when I said to fight in 3 weeks. Yana Kunaskaya, they have to be ready. Champion have to be ready.
Martinez and Nunes once more. So you're obviously the featherweight queen. The Ultimate Fighter recently wrapped up the heavy hitters, and they crowned Macy Chiasson as the featherweight winner over Pani Kianzad. What do you think of both Macy and Pani and the fight that they had in the finale?
You know, I met Penny personally. You know, she went to my gym. I met her, and she's a great fighter. You know, I always think she's gonna be the other girl, but they both did a good fight, and probably gonna be my next opponent. You know, I'm happy. You know, I'm happy to have a girls 145 and fighting and growing the division. This is my big goal. You know, I'm not fight just for myself. I fight for growing the division. I think the 145 division have a lot of potential for be the best division in the UFC for women, and because I'm fighting and I try my best.
There's still not a whole lot of fighters in the featherweight roster, though. Is it sort of like frustrating that, like you said, you were waiting for 9 months just to get a fight, and you look at the rest of the roster, there's not a whole lot of female featherweights?
You know, I'm waiting 9 months because UFC won to fight Amanda, because I have girls. You know, in Bellator I have girls 145, and then sign all the girls. Have girls no sign UFC yet in Bellator, and it's free for fight 145. I wait 9 months because Amanda won 9 months for training, because UFC I want to fight her. But not because I don't have opponent, because I have girls 145.
Well, what's another potential opponent that you would like to see signed to the UFC?
You know, all the girls 145 pounds should be UFC, you know, fighting. I think for you can grow in the division, I think you have to fight each other. You know, I don't think it's fair the girls 145 pounds sign just for fight me. I think they have to fight between a lot of girls, and then okay, they fight for the belt. It's not because no fair with me. It's not fair with them. Okay, you wanna sign UFC for fight Cyborg. Your first fight Cyborg. Okay, but I think then for growing the division, I think I have to more girls 145, then fight each other, getting ready, getting comfortable. Okay, now we're gonna fight Cyborg. I think it's better for the fans know the girls too. You know, the girls have the opportunity to meet the other girls, for sell more per-per-view, for people who want to see the fight. And, you know, but I think this is gonna get better. I think it's gonna get better. I think UFC see that. I think, let's see. Thank you.
Cris, Giandra, Black Sports Online. So then is the key to developing females in that weight division is a tournament style would be productive? That way they get the exposure to the fans that you mentioned and they can work their way into a fight with you? Or what do you think of that approach for developing females?
They made it the house now, you know, the girls that win the last tournament. And have a lot of girls there on 135ers, and not just 145. They cut a lot of girls on 145 for the show. It made me really sad because, you know, I went there and I met a lot of girls. I think I have 31 girls there. And have a lot of girls on 145, then cut them because you know, then kind of make 135, I don't know. But, you know, I think have girls, you just have the opportunity. I think have a lot of events like Invicta, open the door, you know, Shanna, she's always open the door for the girls. You know, after I come back, I started fighting Invicta, and I was part in Invicta. You know, my goal is the women's MMA growing, and then the 145-pound grow too. And she's opened the door again, you know, then have girls 145 fight there.
Do you think that you have the leverage to start that dialogue with the UFC to take that kind of approach to bring opponents to you so you don't have to wait 9 months before you have an opponent again?
I think it is a UFC job, you know. I don't want to wait 9 months for a fight anymore, you know. This is happened this time, but you know, I'm now 18 years old. You know, I'm 33. And if I'm 18 years old, okay, I can't wait 9 months, but I'm 33 years old, and I think I made the good time in my career, and I'm gonna continue fighting. I can fight in every 4 months, every 5 months. I want to do this, you know. I don't have short time, you know. I have to continue fight.
Cris, obviously there's a lot of girls, you know, you have Julia Budd in Bellator, Kayla Harrison. Obviously they are in different companies, but just as a fan or just keeping an eye on it, do you watch their fights when they compete?
Sometimes, you know, I love my job, but when I'm home, I really don't like watch fights. Sometimes I watch people I really know, it's my friends. But and then when I want to go with this fight, I just watch the last fight. It's who's my friend, or, you know. But I watch the girls, you know. I think you know, Julia Budd is a very good fighter. You know, maybe we can do champion against champion. You know, we don't know. But you know, I think if she's doing the good job of 145 pounds, it's good for me too. You know, this is make the growing sport.
Kayla Harrison has mentioned your name a couple of times. Are you familiar with her at all, and her judo background and everything?
You know, Kayla, she start talking about me, but she's having more fights her contract. You know, people like to talk when you're not available for fight. Maybe when she's available, she can start talking, and then we can fight.
RC Samo, Fanboy Nation. You have a background in Muay Thai. You fought in Lion Fight. If there is another 9-month downtime, would you like to step back into Muay Thai?
You know, maybe I can rematch Jurina Bars. You know, I think it's just big challenge for me in my career. You know, I like to fight. I like to fight, and let's see what a lot of things have to change. You know, gonna change. And for me, if you open the opportunity for me to fight, yeah. But before I do Muay Thai, I'd like doing boxing fight.
So does your current arrangement preclude you from taking a boxing fight? Say the opportunity arose for you to compete in a boxing match. Are you able, under your current contractual obligations, able to fight in a capacity outside the UFC?
For now, for sure, my manager gonna talk to UFC. You know, this is one dream I have. You know, if I can do the dream, you know, we don't know. We have to, you know, my manager gonna handle this, but he knows what my goal. But for sure, before a Muay Thai fight, I'd like to do a boxing fight.
And would it be under Zupa Boxing, since the two have been related in the past?
I really don't know. I just would like to do one boxing fight, but nothing where, who, nothing.
What did you think of Valentina's performance against Joanna on Saturday?
Yeah, Valentina did great. I knew she was gonna win. And, you know, she's like, I knew because she's have a lot of experience, but Joanna, I respect her. She have a lot of experience too. But I think the opportunity Valentina always look like she's gonna get it in the fight, and then happen the fight. You know, and I did on training here with her. She participated in my camp a little bit, and she's really fast. You know, she's great, man. I think she's an amazing fight. Very explosive, very fast. I think she's gonna continue to champ a long time this weight. I think the girls 125 are gonna be hard for them.
Do you think that, did she give you any advice being in there with Amanda for so many times when she was in camp here?
You know, she's with Amanda 8 rounds together. You know, she's really know who's Amanda. She's fought her, and we talk a lot of things. You know, maybe after the fight you can tell a little more.
Hey Chris, Josh Starks, Outsiders Podcast. It was a dream of yours to get to the UFC. It was a struggle for a long time just to make it there. Now that you've had your run, you're champion, you've had this your 4th featherweight fight in 18 months. Do you feel like you're comfortable where you are in where you position in the UFC? Is it where you hoped you would be when you got there?
You know, it's funny. When I start fighting, it was my dream was to be UFC champion. You know, and then maybe Japan too. You know, this is one dream I had. But when I went to UFC, to get the belt, this dream I already take on my heart, because it's so hard to get it there. But you know, my star gonna shine everywhere I'm gonna fight. This is the one thing I have in my heart. And then if you have the belt now, you know, it's something God gift for me. You know, and I'm really happy there. You know, I'm fighting, and then I have the opportunity. I think I can help to grow the sport. I know everybody say, Ronda's the best fighter. Ronda, you know, I started this before her, and not only me, it's a lot of fighters before, you know, and they just sometimes I think they try take my name, the history, but I started this. I started fighting, you know, I have a couple girls before too, and just prove that. Takes so long, you know, I don't get a shortcut, short way, you know, I have to go a long way. And a lot of discipline, a lot of training, and a lot of praise, a lot of cry, a lot of smile, a lot of laughing. But you know, I get it, and then this time I continue, work hard for continue to be champion, for open the door for other women than me.
And this fight against Amanda, does it feel like the big championship fight that you thought you would get once you came to the UFC? Does it feel important for you that way?
For me, I feel I don't like to put this pressure on my, you know, I like to say it's more fight. I'm going to defend my belt one more time. You know, and I respect all my opponents. It's something I one more time, you know, I'm gonna fight. I'm prepared, I work really hard, and I was leaving God's hands who's gonna get to be the champion. I continue the champion, continue, you know, the journey.
I feel like your relationship with the UFC is better now than it was maybe a couple of years ago when you were first coming into the company?
I hope so, because before we were enemies, but now I be part of the family, you know, I hold this belt, the UFC belt. You know, I hope for sure that, you know, the relationship is different. Yeah.
We have time for one more.
What's your relationship with Becky Lynch, Chris? What's your relationship? Do you know Becky? You're always tweeting about Becky Lynch.
Becky Lynch is the
Luke's girlfriend, ex-boyfriend, the wrestler.
WWE, yeah. You know, I watched a couple, and she's supposed to fight Ronda, and then she had concussion, and I said, maybe we can train together, you know, we're gonna fight my rival, you know, she's get out of the UFC. And, you know, it's just cheesy, just for defense. You know, we like to make problems everywhere we go. And then I think this is the Gold Cyborg Nation love to do this. And, you know, maybe the opportunity, maybe everybody say, you know, you're never gonna fight Ronda in WWE, or, you know, maybe it's gonna be something fun. But you have to open your mind, you know, like.
Would you be interested in WWE?
Maybe, you know, I think it's cool. I think it's different. You know, it's really different to my reality. But you know, maybe if I have the opportunity.
Chris, British Irish TV again. You train young girls, don't you, to self-defense? Can you talk a little bit about that, and what do you show them, and how young do you start them?
I started when I'm 19 years old. I was already a little old, but I was in the sport. I play handball, but it's a game handball. I just share my Instagram. It's no wall ball. It's the game, 6 against 6 girls. And when I started training MMA, you know, I was playing handball. I like sport, and so fun because I always pray when I was young. I said, God, you know, I want to live my life from sport. Doesn't matter what sport I'm gonna do. You know, because I was somebody needed for football, soccer, I was there. Somebody for basketball, I was there. You know, volleyball, I was there. And then I also know with sport, you know, I would like to live my life. And then 19 years old, I was playing handball with somebody watching me say, man, I think you can be a great fighter. I think you can be the world champion. And they look at him and say, man, you're crazy, you know. And then all the time in the school, I always have a hard time, you know. People would beat me, you know. I run away. I never like trouble, make problems. And then here I am, the UFC champion. And I would never think to be a fighter before. And this I like to share the girls came to my pink belt fitness, you know. Sometimes you don't know what your mission, you know, you don't know, you just lost. And then I try show a little bit, share about who I am and how hard you to get it, what you want. But you know, you always have to keep you work hard and not get a shortcut, you know, because I think you have to have sacrifice. When you get something, it's you feel great. And this is I try to show them, and of course I show a little bit about mixed martial arts. You know, I try to show them about how you can eat, how you can lose weight. You know, some girls have a hard time, some divorce, some have a hard time in their family, then come here and you share, you know, because everybody has one sad story to tell, you know. And then I think and we're still friends. You know, they come here, they train together, we stay 2 days, I sleep at the gym with them, and they wake up together, and they talk together, and you continue to talk to each other, and this is good, the relationship. It's not about fighter. I think you can put light in hearts, you know, then for hope, for continue work hard, and this is my goal. My goal not be the world champion, UFC champion. My goal it's like give a hope for all the people follow me, and share the gospel, share my faith for everyone. This is my goal.
Cris, weight economic heat.
Last question here, guys, then we really are done.
Okay. Just on the topic of inspiration, Holly Berry's been saying some very nice things about you lately. What's that like having her as part of Cyborg Nation?
It's not funny because I'm in camp, and then Ray told me, Cris, Halle Berry want to meet you. And then I say, Ray, I don't want to meet anybody now. I'm in camp. I'm training. I don't want to meet anybody. I'm tired. I just want to rest. Because I really don't follow everybody. I don't follow internet. I'm not. And they say, Cris, are you sure? Are you sure you don't want to meet Halle Berry? And they say, yes, let's the last one. You know, and then when I come here and I met her, I saw her in a lot of movies. And so funny because I come here, met her like one fan, like send me one pink belt. Send me the girls participate in my, this is good too. Because you know, you always see the crazy fans talk to you, but when you meet and she come meet me and she see my story. You know, this is the most important. And then I start talking to her and she see house inspiration and she's gonna make one movie and she's study about fires. You know, and then this is making me really happy because this is what I want to show. I don't want to show just the world champion, FC champion. I want to show behind the scenes too. You know, how hard for the women to fight for what you want to go. And for her, it's the same thing, you know. For her, when she begins to start to for acting, it's the same thing. And I think it's always a challenge. And I think you both together, I think you're going to make a lot of women, you know, keep strong and empowered. And then I feel very honored, you know, met her and be part of Team Cyborg. And I invite her come to my fight, for she can see how it's feeling for a fight, and I think it's gonna be amazing. And I feel very honored for she coming, you know. And I invite her Clarissa Shields fight, and I think it's the beginning of a big good relationship. No interest in each other, it's just, you know, help each other growing more.